fuck it. It is what it is. It is what it is. A carefree state of mind will remove the weight of anxiety off of your shoulders. We get so anxious and worked up because we really want a particular outcome to transpire. And when it doesn't, we feel like it's the end of the world. Man, I wanted this deal to come through. Man, I really liked this girl. I thought she was the one, man. I needed this job, or whatever it is. When that door closes, you feel like, khalas, you're finished. That's how you feel. And you walk around with your head down, you're like, why always me, man? And you say these things to yourself. But it doesn't change the outcome that occurred. It doesn't change anything. What it does do is it makes you feel worse about yourself, which in turn cripples you and prevents you from going out there and experiencing better things, attracting better opportunities to yourself in the form of either more money or a better girl. So when you develop a carefree state of mind, what that means is that you are not living in scarcity because you know that another opportunity is right around the corner. And also, when you have a carefree state of mind, it also means that you really like yourself. You like yourself so much that you don't want to unnecessarily go through suffering. Now, look, suffering is good in the context of growth, right? When you suffer in the gym, you're pushing your body to its limits in order to grow. That's great. But when you go through unnecessary suffering, which is usually inflicted by the words that you utter to yourself, that is not a good thing, because that has negative ROI. That prevents you from improving because you're stuck in that vicious cycle of negative thoughts. And negative thoughts are just that, negative. Look, we all get thoughts, negative and positive. We get thousands of thoughts a day. And when you get a negative thought, the important thing to do is to not give it power. How do you give it power, you may ask? By vocalizing it. You sit there and you say, man, see, this is why women don't like me. And you start going on this rant to yourself. And as a result, your subconscious is like, okay, let's take some notes. This motherfucker ain't got any luck with women because he's X, Y, Z. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's true and what's not true, between fantasy and reality. It doesn't know the difference. It takes on board everything that you say, and it will continue to provide you with circumstances that further validate what you say you are. So if you say you're a loser who has no luck with women, etc., your subconscious is like, bet, let's attract more of these situations, more of these circumstances. And that's why it's a vicious cycle. Now, look, when you get a negative thought, the important thing to do is to not utter those negative thoughts out loud. There's a saying, which I've said many times on the channel. The warrior within listens to the words that you utter and is either strengthened by them or weakened by them. I'm going to say that again. The warrior within listens to the words that you utter and is either strengthened by them or weakened by them. How do you speak to yourself, man? Do you speak the words of encouragement to yourself? Words of support? Or do you speak down to yourself? Do you tell yourself you're a loser who's broke and hasn't got any luck with women and this and this? Because how you speak to yourself has a massive impact on the life that you live. It really does. A lot of the negative thoughts that you have about yourself are not true either. I want to say that to you. A lot of the negative thoughts that you say about yourself are not true. They're not true. You're not a loser. You're not somebody who has no luck with women. You're just attaching to the extremes because of maybe one or two circumstances that have transpired. But you're not that. When you say to yourself, no one cares about me, man. If I died, no one would know anything. No one would even think about me or anything. That's not true. Your absence will leave a massive void on so many people's lives. You are impacting, you are touching people's lives right now that you are unaware that you're impacting, that you're touching. There are people that really admire you, but haven't said anything to you yet. There are people that look up to you. There are people that feel better after speaking to you. There are people that proudly talk to others about how you are their friend and how you were there for them. Now, you're not around those conversations. So you think to yourself, no one cares, etc. But there are people out there boasting about how great of a friend you are, how awesome of a brother you are, how awesome of a father that you are, how awesome of a partner, a spouse that you are. But because you're not around those conversations, you think to yourself, no one likes me, no one cares about me, which is not true. It's the games your mind plays. And you can be in control of your mind. Don't let it run loose in your mind and just completely destroy you. No, I'm in fucking charge. I decide what comes out of my mouth. Am I in charge of the negative thoughts themselves? No. But am I in charge of what comes out of my mouth? Absolutely. Absolutely I am. I'm not going to talk shit about myself. Oh, Ali, you're this. Ali, you're that. You know, no, I'm not going to say that. I am my best friend. And I know that sounds fucking corny to a lot of you guys. But it's true, because I've got me for the rest of my life. I am the person that will spend the most amount of time with me for the rest of my life. You've got you for the rest of your life. People will come and go. You may have a partner for 4 or 5 years. You may end up breaking up. You may be by yourself for a while and then you'll meet someone else, but you will spend the most amount of time with yourself for the rest of your life. And so that person that you look at in the mirror, you need to befriend that person. You need to speak words of encouragement to this person. Tell him how awesome he is. Does it mean living in delusion and la la la? No. If you're fat, tell yourself you're fat. But I tell you what, I know you. When you put your mind to something, you make it work. You deliver. You get results. Take yourself out of a bad spot by speaking words of encouragement to yourself. Sometimes you ain't got nobody in your corner but you. And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes all you need is yourself in the corner applauding for you. You don't need other people's permission to go out there and be great. You don't need your family to support you in order to go out there and achieve your dreams. You love your family. Absolutely you do. And when you win, share your success with them. Your father wants to see you better than him. He may have never told you this, but he does deep down inside. The only man that wants to see you better than he is your father. So when you win and you win big, give your father a kiss on the forehead. Even if he misunderstood you, even if he said things like those schemes never end up working out, you lead by example. Be a man of honor, a man of integrity. The mistakes your father made, don't repeat them. Don't be like, well, I'm going to show that motherfucker how he was really... No, because then you're just repeating the same generational curses. Maybe your father had a poor example growing up. And so he grew up thinking this is the best way to be a father. When in reality, it was very toxic. Decide not to be like that. Forgive him for the mistakes he made. Because if you don't forgive, you're holding on to a hot piece of coal, is how I like to describe it. The longer you hold on to a piece of coal, hot piece of coal, the more damage you do to yourself. If you let go quickly, you're not going to sustain burns as severe as if you held onto it for a minute. And that's what happens when you hold on to previous, or when you hold on to resentment in general. it gets worse and worse the longer you do. So forgive your father for his shortcomings and decide to be better than him in every way that you can. Repay him that way. Be like, Dad, I want to be the best possible man I can be for my kids. And I forgive you for how you raised me. But the point is this, gentlemen. When you look in the mirror, the man that looks back at you, he's on your side. Don't let that man down. Don't say to yourself, well, this fucking idiot. It's okay to get angry at yourself if you're going to harness that anger for change. But don't be negative to yourself. It's called constructive criticism, right? The objective of it is to improve. It's not, oh, you're a piece of shit loser, nobody likes you. Because how do you feel after saying these things to yourself? You don't feel particularly great, do you? You feel like an absolute loser. And what do? You lay in bed, you watch porn, and you make it even worse. You try to distract yourself from the frustrations that you're experiencing, from the way that you see yourself. Your self-esteem is so damn low. And a lot of it is self-inflicted. You can blame haters all day long. A lot of it is self-inflicted. It's a result of the way you speak to yourself. Change that. Change the way that you speak to yourself and watch your life change. It will change drastically. It really will, man. But if you keep living this lifestyle of constant negative talk, self-talk, you will constantly experience the same crap outcomes. As they say, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. I am my fucking #1 supporter. Even if I don't have a crowd cheering me on every day, you know what? Ali Ben-Hariz will be fine. Absolutely, he will be. I believe in me. I'm a walking billboard of Ali Ben-Hariz. I have received my full endorsement. My #1 endorser is Mr. Ali Ben-Hariz. Does that come from a place of arrogance and me looking down on people? No. It just means I'm looking at myself in a very favorable way. I believe in me. Because I know that when you believe in yourself strongly, there is incredible return on investment from doing that. You reap the rewards of your self-belief, of talking to yourself in a positive light. But I've never met somebody that talks shit to themselves in a negative way every single day and lives a remarkable life. No. They live an awful life. So improve your self-talk. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, make sure you give this video a like. Comment, let me know what you think down below. If you want to book a coaching call with me, do so by clicking on the link in the description down below. You can book a 1-hour call with me, but I also have packages where you can save some money if you purchase more than one call. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.